So now we're going to do another quick video on the Latvian Gambit declined. What happens when people just very passively try to protect their e4 pawn and what we do. In this case, it's going to be kind of interesting. We get a good center and we allow white to keep his e4 pawn, but we isolate it and we give him some pawn islands and we castle kingside. And this is a very standard type of formation, and I want to talk about this formation a little bit as we go along, because it's a winning formation for black. So we'll go back to the very first point of this video. We won't run the engine because nothing really varied more than half a point during the opening. So that's the declined. Now it's a good idea to pin this knight rather than just move knight to f6, because in many cases the knight can go to d5 and create an unfavorable exchange. This is a gift. If he moves a3, you just take the knight, because the idea is after he takes back and doubles his pawns, eventually you're going to probably play f5 takes e4, and he's going to recapture with the pawn. He's going to have 3 pawn islands, and one of them is going to be double isolated pawns. It's interesting. Stockfish 8 suggests now avoiding exactly that pawn structure problem, and by simply capturing. This player doesn't do that. And I don't mind if he captures and develops my bishop. Now it's time to do this. Now there's a little problem with the weakness on the white squares. One has to be a little cautious as to what to do. Now the computer in this case really likes a formation where black gets a pawn on b6 and creates a black squared pawn chain, maybe moves knight to a5 to c4. And we have to be careful of checks and various things going on, but I tend to prefer getting my knight to e7 to g6 to f4. An f4 knight is the most powerful thing that you can have in a position like this with so few minor pieces. So this person plays right into our hands. Well, that's a weak move at a4. Computer suggested moving a6 here, and I didn't move a6 because it just encourages the bishop to go to a better square. Bishop's not in a good place right now. Now he's really got to worry about f4. He really needs to get his queen to e3 or someplace like that. Now we can simply play bishop takes here and develop our knight, or just play the knight here right away, and when he exchanges, he really can't trade queens very easily. He could try. I avoid the queen exchange entirely. I'm taking my time now. Now the Stockfish 8 says queen to e3. Queen to e3. Now this is an even game. Black's up maybe half a pawn. And you're going to see that black moves h3 instead of queen to e3. This looks like a perfectly even position, and in fact it is, according to the computer. So I want you to pause this video for a second and tell me what happens after h3 and why black goes up 6. Okay, so now we're back after you're pausing it, and the solution is that. And if he takes it, he's lost. So for one thing, we can move knight to h4 right away, or we can just play queen takes h3. The knight moves a little more accurate. Anyway, this game was over very shortly. And if you analyze practically every variation of this, white's completely crushed. So this is an example of having the f-file open, a basic of the Latvian Gambit, having structural weaknesses on the king side, isolating some pawns, and giving white very little counterplay. And that's the end of this video.